My guest today is Mr. Sanjay Bangar, from batting coach of Team India to head coach of IPL teams like RCB and Kings 11 Punjab. Sir is a legend in the cricketing world. He's been key to many of Team India's successes over the years. Sir, first of all, I would like to thank you so much for taking time to do this. It's a true privilege and honor, and it means the world to me.
I look forward to the interaction, Aryan. I've always looked forward to such opportunities, and it's my pleasure indeed that you've invited me for this.
So let's begin by going back in time. Can you share your earliest memories of playing cricket? What exactly drew you to the sport?
Uh, well, I think my earliest memories of playing cricket was that when my father used to come back from his office, and we were living in Aurangabad at that time. So uh, later in the evenings at 5:36, he used to throw balls at us. And then afterwards, also the test matches, there was used to be radio commentary at that time. So while going to bed, we used to listen to the radio commentary. So that left a lasting impression on my mind, on my young mind. And that sort of got attracted me to the sport. And ever since then, I've played for fun, enjoyment, and then later it became my career as well.
Got it. Son, at what point did you, your coaches, and family feel that you could pursue it at a professional level?
I got selected for Maharashtra under 15. I went for trials and I got selected. So I only got one match. And then after that, I came back to Aurangabad, and then the local people said that there's no competition that much in Aurangabad. The infrastructure is lacking. So why don't you go to Mumbai and try and, compete with better cricketers and find where you are? That could also help your development. So based on those interactions, my family took a massive step of shifting base from Aurangabad to Mumbai. So I came to Mumbai at the age of 15, and then I started learning my trade in the Maidans of Mumbai cricket, so to say.
Got it, sir. So I think the right age to make this decision is key to making it big, especially in India. So and this brings me to my next question. What guidance or advice would you give to a teenager who's both good and passionate about the sport and wants to take it up seriously?
Uh, I think dream big, that is one thing, because I believe that if you really broaden your canvas, then your efforts are also channelized in that particular direction. And it's a long procedure because as research suggests that if you have to hit the elite level, and cricket is a late maturing sport, it is not an early sport like a gymnastic or some other sports wherein
Yes, sir.
by the age of 25 you're sort of your career is over. But cricket, you generally end up playing your best cricket around the age of 25 to maybe 32, 33. So uh, uh, people or teenagers who want to play the game, they should be in it for a longer term. uh, they should expect that it's going to be a hard grind, take into account the competition that is there in the Indian domestic circuit. But also the positive part is that there are so many opportunities available that if you really possess the talent and if you're committed to the cause, someone or other will certainly spot your talent, and you will get a platform to showcase your skills.
That's very good advice, sir. So we hear a lot about cricketers and sports people in general with great national talent and being gifted. So in your experience as a player and a coach, what distinguishes the good from the great? Is it talent or is it attitude?
Uh, s- Talent is often, how do you define talent is something that is very vague. Somebody says that, okay, he's a talented individual, but only having talent doesn't take you far, if I have to put it that way. Because there is no substitute for the hard yards. Like if you have to get 100, you have to play 180, 200 balls. I'm talking of the longest form of the game.
Yeah.
And for that, you have to have tremendous mental discipline, how you can manage your thoughts, how you can balance not only on the field, but also how you can maintain that composure of the field in various aspects of your life. Because, as I said earlier, not only cricket is a late maturing sport, but it is also played over a longer duration. So, if you think of Test cricket, you are in it for 5 days, and 5 days, as compared to a football match or a hockey match or a basketball match, it just gets over in maybe hour and a half at the most. And so you go through various ups and downs emotionally. There are long areas of no activity. So I think the mental discipline part is equally important for the talent to succeed. So yes, talent is necessary, but with talent, if talent goes, it doesn't work hard, or is not there doing the hard yards, then talent will evaporate, and the one who is committed in the longer run, he will make sure that he is making the headlines.
Yeah, so we've seen that a lot. So tell us about the transition from a player to a coach. Was it a natural choice for you?
Uh, Yes, it was sort of a natural choice for me because I did play international cricket for a couple of seasons, but I wasn't a massive achiever at international level. So uh, when uh, when you end your career, you're sort of 35, 36, and there is a long runway left still as far as your working life is concerned. So the natural progression for cricketers is either you get into coaching or you get into broadcasting or you start your own academy. So uh, and because I was playing for Railways as the first class team, I was sort of getting to speak to a lot of players from various parts of the country, because Railways is a team which is formed from all over the country, players from all over the country. So started getting insights into all of that, and then uh, because I wanted to understand the nuances of the game better, I also started doing some courses with the National Cricket Academy, and I got a break. I got a lucky break when Ms. Professor Shetty helped recommended my name for the NCA camps, and from there on, uh, I got opportunities to coach India A and Punjab Kings, and then the Indian team. So it was sort of a uh, it was sort of a dream run for me as far as how I got into coaching and how I sort of got opportunities very quickly in the coaching arena.
Got it, sir. So that's very interesting. So you've coached IPL teams and even the national team. So how different is it between the two?
IPL teams generally it is more tactical. It is also managerial. Tactical in the sense that how you build your team. If you do get a chance to build a fresh team, then how you start from scratch and put together a team. That is where a majority of the work is done. And after that, because the international players are generally not available during the off season of IPL, so they'll only join maybe 5 6 days ahead of schedule. But there's work to be done in IPL with domestic players. So you can uh, influence and work on the skill sets of domestic players in IPL. But with the Indian team, it's you are there with the players for longer periods of time. Uh, you
Yeah.
can work to refine the skills of the players. Also, those are sort of long-standing relationships. Whereas the IPL setup is such that it's very the turnover ratio is pretty quick. So different challenges, but both are very exciting.
Interesting, sir. So what are your thoughts on the future of ODI cricket and maybe even tests in the next 5 to 10 years?
If you'll ask me, in the next 10 years, you'll certainly see Test cricket being played, but could be a lesser number of teams, or there could be a two tier format wherein maybe But the top tier would have 5 or 6 teams, and then there could be promotions, relegations. I mean, that is just a wild guess. But it will continue because the stakeholders of the game are very, very focused on ensuring that the longevity of the purest format of the game is preserved as much as possible. As far as ODI cricket is concerned, there could be lesser and lesser window available because now all major test playing nations are having their own T20 leagues. So there's a lot of T20 cricket being played all around the globe, more so the franchise cricket. So uh, yeah, it could very well be a football style sort of a calendar wherein one day cricket is still an attractive game. It could very well be that in the year that the World Cups are held, you can have a lot of one day cricket played, but then among the other mm, 2 or 2.5 years, you may not have that many one day matches. So that could be the way the game unfolds over the next 10 years or so.
Son, like, do you think maybe for like ODIs to like survive, even though I think it's personally on its way down, should they bring back tri series?
I don't think Tri Series is any more doable because the calendars are very, very packed, and
Yes.
the commitments of players towards not only, I mean, India that way is blessed because Indian players do not play that many T20 leagues outside. They are not permitted to. And because of that, the sanctity of our domestic structure is intact. Otherwise, if you just compare some other boards who have allowed their players to play or who have sort of unable to hold on to their players, then those players are not available to play in the domestic circuit. And if your players are not playing domestic cricket, then uh, that's a sure sign of decline in the overall fabric of the cricketing skill or the culture that one country possesses.
Got it, sir. So you somewhat answered this question in my last question, but do you think with so much money in T20 leagues, especially in the IPL, do you see cricket going down the football path?
Hard to say, but then if at all there is a game, a format of the game which will survive. Now, this is the latest format of the game. Like earlier, we had Test cricket, then there was 60 over World Cup, then it became a 50 over World Cup, then the Champions Trophy was introduced, uh, and then came T20 in 2007. So, no doubt, uh, the way the world is emerging, the attention span of the fans, and fans here are the most important stakeholders in the sport because if the fans suddenly feel that okay they do not want to watch test cricket, then no matter how hard the administrators try, then it is never going to be a viable option. So uh, I believe that T20 cricket is here to stay, and that could very well be the format which you can see 2040 and beyond.
So what impact do you feel cricket will have when it comes to the Olympics in 2028?
See, the first step is that it is also, if I'm not wrong, it was played at the Commonwealth Games, was it? I think Indian
Yeah, I
team
think it was originally. Yeah.
Commonwealth Games or the Asia Cup. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there was one Asian Games last year.
Yeah,
It was
so
played there. Yeah.
Yeah, Asian Games, our team secured the gold medal. Uh, so the spread of cricket is happening. There are a number of associate nations which are playing the game, and it will be a huge boost uh, to the uh, fans in those respective countries who get a chance to uh, participate in the Olympics. And at Olympics, you can only have the T20 format because
Yeah.
if 16 teams have to coincide and play at a single venue and maybe 2 or 3 grounds, you will still have to resort to the T20 format to be included in the Olympics. But yes, I'm very happy that it could go in that direction. and that will only act as a booster, not to India, because India anyway the game is tremendously popular, but it will be a huge game changer for the associate nations if they do get a chance to represent in Olympics as cricket, in the field of cricket.
Got it, sir. So sports comes with great challenges and setbacks, be it injuries or being dropped from the team or losing a big match or just toxicity from social media. So what would be your advice to deal with setbacks in general?
I think introspection is important because every setback provides you an opportunity to introspect what went wrong. The setbacks are great teachers, because while you succeed, a lot of things just go under the carpet. But it also tests your resolve, uh, how badly you want a particular thing, and you have to be hopeful. You have to remain positive because uh, what setbacks do is that they generally affect your confidence levels. But uh, if you're stronger with your conviction, with your resolve, I think when you get the next chance, you're certainly going to be better equipped to taste success in whatever you want.
So if not cricket, what would you have liked to do as a career?
If not cricket, I'm not sure what would I have done, but uh, I would have gone into the corporate world for sure. I had done some courses. I had done company secretary's intermediate course while I wasn't getting opportunities to play at a higher level. So education was there at the back of my mind as a backup plan. So I would have completed the company secretary's course, and then probably would have bumped into your father here and there a little bit.
So this is my last question. So can you share something about yourself that the public may not know about you?
See, now nothing is sort of concealed anymore in this day and age, wherein uh, you are there out there in the open, uh, and I find it difficult. I don't think I have anything to hide or say to the audience that this is one thing that you do not know about me. So it is all out there in the open. You see whatever it is there as is.
So with that, my interview comes to an end. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. I know I've said this previously in the interview, but it's been a real privilege for me and it honestly means the world for me. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Aryan.